Hello everyone, Suntan2, and welcome to another Modpack overview, this time on Suntan Survival Tech Magic Pack Rebooted 2019 edition. This is a Modpack that was pretty much my first YouTube specific Let's Play pack, back in 2016, I'm pretty sure. And I thought I'd revive it at some point, which you can tell obviously by the date there. And yeah, it has a good variety of things in it, from your typical stuff like your biomes and plenties and other such things like evilcraft, to obviously the more typical stuff I cover now, such as lightningcraft, oilcraft, megacraft, and so on. But yeah, if you're looking for a 110 pack that adds obviously either sort of worlds that already have stuff in them, so you get an idea either just of what I did then, or how the mods work, or just continue on that where I left off in that and just have a ton of fun on that from an already pre-created start, you can. But if you want to start a new world, obviously, which we'll do, there is a fair amount of things to look into for what the mod pack adds. So, we've also got GEI on the side, with additional things added. So, we've got Alchemic Ash, which is pretty much just, I guess, a sort of mod that focuses on, I would say, magic, or maybe utility, but has additional things where if you just sort of spawn them in the world, they'll have certain, I guess, kind of like, I'm trying to think what it is, or it like spawns something on top of it. Like I'll just demonstrate, for example, I can just place that in and then something will spawn on top. It might be something like that, or just certain other additional things where it'll interact with specific stuff. So you've got a Sand Eater, Ash Eater, Cinder Eater, Blaze Eater, Powder Eater. It's pretty much just got a fair amount of interactions. It's got certain decorations and things. I have never gotten into it too much, so I can't cover it a lot. Even when I was using this mod pack, I didn't really get it that much. It just seemed like an interesting mod at the time. But yeah, it does have a fair bit of uses. Next up, we have obviously biomes of plenty. We have binary craft for your storage and crafting related needs. So just put that in the world, for example. You can craft and obviously reach for things that are in there. Obviously I'm not making anything with that, but you get the idea. Now a fair bit of biomes of plenty. Ceramics, adding armour, barrels, and then obviously in later versions of it, it added a lot more of the, I guess gutter, or sort of whatever they call them, I can't remember, where you can transport stuff through a sort of more smaller group of things. Obviously that's that. Chassis audio, because it just seemed interesting to put in. Gates, got the storage, got the barrels, got the glass shards, got the elevator mod, open blocks elevators, ender storage, got evilcraft, using blood, magic, and a bunch of other additional things, such as structures, and so on. A few multi-block structures, interacting with the biome to do other specific things. You've got Furnace as a good easy start to doubling and smelting, certain other upgrades, and RF support. Besides just using coal, you've got your expandable tanks, like so. You've got infinite tools for creative flight, as well as infinite durability tools. Obviously you can one-hit the dragon with that. Depending on the version though, you do or don't use vanilla arrows because it's a bug, so be careful of that. I think I may have the one that doesn't use the arrows, or acquire them, so maybe lucky there. Iron chests, we've got lightningcraft with its dimensional aspects, tech aspects, and so on. Utilities, tools, and otherwise. Tinker's support, which I don't think I have Tinker's in this pack though. Only silver, just because I wanted the bow and another material in between for early game. Tools and armour. Got Reliloquy for your sort of decoration, cosmetic, and other additional benefits. I used the original version that was available at the time, Novacooler Accutile or something like that, which I still have on me, but obviously it doesn't exist on Curseforge anymore, and this is sort of the continuation of sorts, and adding a lot of additional things to it. Tool racks, crafting tables, candles, and so on. You've got your generators with multiple different tiers for your lightning craft and other tech-related mods. You've got Solar Flux Reborn and its upgrades, so solar panels and upgrades. You've got your hammer and excavators, and Sparks hammers, and then we've got Craft making up its tools, resources, ores, armor, biome specific stuff. It's magic, as well as bosses. You get infinite of a specific element after you defeat them. Then you've got your magical or cave tier tech blocks to get you started, and then obviously you get to the more metal types of machines later, using many typical things, as well as obviously a hydrator for stuff like that. Got tiny progressions for obviously additional sort of utility things or other benefits, like cobble generator, watering can, and so on. And then obviously we do have the armor and tools, tiny progressions. And then we have obviously water strainer for obviously getting resources from water and using different strainers alongside the strainer base to get access to them. And then finally we have essence powder, which is a good start to a mod pack where if you're sort of sick and tired of doing things and you want to cheat, or you want to do things where you get things early game, such as obviously say certain materials, commonly like wheat for example, where you just want to easily get bread, or you want to easily get iron and other such things, you can do that. It is aimed as an early game mod rather than something you use constantly to cheat with early and late game, but yeah, and that's pretty much it. I think there may or may not be any configs I may have tweaked accordingly to suit. I can't quite remember. You need to go see a lot of the things I've changed and updated over time. I don't have the resource pack installed. I think the only things I might have tweaked may have been things like Craft, for the most part. There you go. Furnace, RF support, and Craft with its transmutation system because it's not available by default, and possibly the 1.9 combat system as well to use if you wanted. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and stuff like Legium for gold and other fluids and things. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.